It is smoking, which it did warn us that it might do on the first time. Remove this label prior to use. We're fine. Hi, I'm Katie and I'm a tasty producer. Today we're gonna be testing and reviewing the grilled cheese sandwich toaster by Nostalgia. We're gonna try to figure out if the product works, if the food it makes tastes good, and if it's worth buying. So let's get to it. Here we go. We've got the grilled cheese sandwich toaster. It makes you feel nostalgic, I guess. I can see that it's kind of going for like a 60s, 70s vibe with this groovy grilled cheese toaster writing. We've got a nice crusty little brown top, so we're hoping we can get that nice toast as well. And then there's like these little baskets that get dropped into the toaster. Let's see what we got here. Ooh! Well, you are definitely gonna be making a statement in your kitchen. If you are excited about grilled cheese sandwiches, you need this maybe. It's heavy, but not as heavy as you would hope a toaster would be. And definitely don't drop it, I feel like it would crack. But we've got a dial here for, I think, our different levels of how long we want it to go. Melt zone, like what melt zone you wanna go into. And then we've got some like little sandwichy baskets here. There's a lot going on. This is a lot of machinery, but you could be, woo! It's got a retro vibe, but I don't think this was like a retro object. I don't think people had this grilled cheese toaster in the past. I also discovered there's a little tray that will catch like melting cheese that's coming down, so that's pretty cool. All right, let's make some grilled cheese. I've got cheddar cheese and I've got some American cheese. We're gonna make two different sandwiches. We're gonna see what melts better. This all looks pretty intuitive, but I'm gonna check the instructions in case there's any safety tips we need to know about. It says to plug it in, we've done that. It says to butter the outside of 2 pieces of bread, which I'm absolutely gonna do. We're gonna go really classic today. Let's preheat the toaster by pressing down on the control lever, which I think is this guy. So I'm gonna press him down, press preheat. So this is gonna heat up and then it's gonna pop him back up when it's ready, which I think is nice because the metal is gonna be nice and hot, maybe kind of like sear it a little bit. While that's happening, I gotta quickly make some sandwiches. Probably should have made the sandwiches. Actually, let me cancel this. I'm gonna make the sandwiches first. I'm using sourdough bread because I just think it has such a lovely flavor. And then I'm gonna get my other one, flip this over. We want the butter to be on the outsides. We're gonna do just some normal cheddar here. It says not to stuff it too thick. So I'm just gonna do 2 pieces of cheese. We'll prep 2 more pieces with some butter. I have not had American cheese since I was a kid. Do you just rip this? This is definitely gonna melt well. I think I'm gonna do 3 pieces since it's so thin. Grilled cheese is something that my mom always made kind of if I was having like a down day or something. She was like, I know it'll cheer you up, a grilled cheese. Now, it is time to preheat this guy. This did warn us on the outside that it could smoke the first time you use it. So we're not gonna be alarmed by that. Woo! And we are preheated. Insert your sandwich into the toasting basket. Then place the toasting basket into the toasting slot. And I insert my sandwich, and then I set that. It doesn't quite fit. Hold on. Let me just adjust. Is that gonna work better? Okay. Not yet. No. Doing 2 sandwiches is a little tricky. Also, my bread just might be too thick. I can't imagine you stuffing this with a lot more stuff. Okay, the tops are not in. I hope that's okay. Did I do that right? Rolling down, okay, whatever. Now we have to pick the melt zone. I like mine to be like a little bit on the darker side. I'm gonna go 5. It is smoking, which it did warn us that it might do on the first time. This will stop and does not indicate a defect or hazard. Remove this label prior to use. Read all the instructions, everyone. We're fine. This sandwich cannot cook on a different melt zone than this sandwich. They're both in the same melt zone. There's no dual climate control on this. Now this says when it pops up, you need to let it sit for 30 seconds before removing from the toaster. This will allow the cheese to fully melt. Adjust the toasting dial to within the melt zone, levels 4 to 6. There is a 7th zone on this, but actually the line also stops at 6. Why did they put a 7th? Zone, okay. It says it's ready. I'm gonna pop them up. These guys look like they could use a little more time. It says I can put it back down. I'm gonna go to like a 2. The forbidden level 7. Do you think they just forgot that they put a level 7 on here? As a design flaw, maybe. Or maybe that's a retro thing. Okay, this back one is starting to look a little burnt, like the edges here are starting to look a little too brown. So I'm gonna let it sit for 30 seconds, which it said this will allow them to fully melt. All right, let's take these groovy sandwiches out of their toaster and see how good they are. Ooh, okay, I'm lifting this guy up. Okay, he's looking nice and toasty. Ooh, it kind of feels like a panini. We've got some cheese that melted on the bottom of that. We've got our second sandwich here. And he's looking like a little bit more, almost, oh, whoa, okay. That's a lot of cheese, guys. Well, at least the cheese definitely melted. We definitely don't get an even toast. It's like this guy toasted here, but we're kind of missing the whole area there. This is almost going too far, and then we've totally missed. So not quite even, but they're nice and crisp. I'm gonna cut diagonally, because that's how my mom does it. Take a look. Okay, this is our cheddar, and it's nice and melted. And this is our American cheese. That's what I think that they were using on the cover, because like, look how oozy, which is a nice, it's a softer cheese, which is also why it's melting better. Okay, plate them. I'm gonna do the old stackaroo. Okay, and I'm excited to give these a try. I'm gonna try the American cheese first. That tastes like my childhood. That was good. Next one, here we go, the cheddar. Both were very crunchy, very toasty. The American cheese sandwich, I will give an A- because it's just classic. And for the cheddar cheese, I'm gonna give it a B+, just because the cheese didn't melt as much. It didn't taste as ooey gooey. Overall, this made pretty good grilled cheese sandwiches. They were nice and toasty, though this is gonna be very hard to clean out because there is cheese on the inside of this, which you're gonna have to get into somehow. Oh, why don't we check what's going on also with the cheese drip tray? It really only caught one little drip, but it caught a lot of toast. So make sure you clean that out, because I could imagine after a time, like build up that like some of these pieces could burn. Overall, I think this is gonna be really hard to clean, and you can't, again, submerge this underwater because it's like an electrical device. I'm not sure what it's doing better than a pan, because on a pan, when you make a grilled cheese, you get a much more even like toast. And this one was kind of spotty. This was $20. I don't know if you need to spend $20. Maybe make a grilled cheese on a pan and go see a movie instead. I don't know. I don't think it's worth the money. This might be a fun gift for someone who is obsessed with grilled cheese, but overall for everyday use, this is gonna be a thumbs down for me. Okay, that's it for the grilled cheese toaster. Let us know in the comments what else you want us to test out and review, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Oh, yes.